What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So 40 million Americans are completely being misled, and I want to address what's going on there because this has to do with the student loan forgiveness plan. Now again, 40 million, more than 40 million people are going to, if this plan goes through, going to get forgiveness in some way. But here's the other thing. More than 9 million Americans got almost screwed last month when they received an email stating that their applications have been approved. Now, I wrote down a bunch of different things I want to discuss today because a lot of people have had questions. So I want to break this down. First, I want to give you the truth about what's going on. We do not know if the Biden administration is going to get this through or not. The expectation based off of legal and education experts is no. The president does not have legal authority to forgive up to $10,000 or, in the sense of Pell Grants, up to $20,000 in student loan forgiveness. But here's what I can tell you. Many people were absolutely screwed over when they received an email saying that their application was accepted and they will get up to $10,000 in student loan forgiveness. And I know this for a fact because I got an email from two people. One person said that their home loan was pending approval because their lender was able to take off the amount of their student loan and then they could qualify for whatever amount they're trying to get. Well, my guess is, and I haven't heard from her since, but my guess is she isn't going to get approved. Another person actually purchased a new car because he told me he can now afford it. He purchased a $55,000 car. Now, I don't want people to bash this person in the comments. It was a little bit, probably not the smartest financial move, but it was done. And that's something that they can't go back on. Now, here's the issue. These were two people in the comments, in the community here. The problem is 9 million people received this, and two people here in the community, they sent me a message saying that, yeah, they were potentially screwed over because of this. I'm curious how many people made a similar decision, whether they were trying to get a home or purchase a new car or TV or go on a trip or whatever. I'm curious how many people actually did that. And if you did, let me know down in the comment section below. Again, I'm not going to try to bash you guys. But this is what's so misleading, is that more than 9 million people got this email because they were supposedly approved. Well, this email was sent out in error. Now, the Biden administration is continuing to say that the American people are going to get this up to $10,000 in student loan forgiveness. However, there are more and more people coming out saying that no, this is not going to happen. The problem, and this is something that I've brought up multiple times here on this channel, is in the past when President Biden first addressed this and announced it, he made it very clear that yes, he had the legal authority, and many lawmakers came out in support of this plan and said that yes, he did. Well, the interesting thing now is nobody's talking about it. It is silent. It's utter silence. That's what we're getting. You see Nancy Pelosi come out every single day and say, yeah, this is really good for the American people. It's going to provide more relief. No, she's not. And that makes me question whether she knows something or other lawmakers know something that they're just not telling us yet. So again, this is why I wanted to give you this student loan forgiveness update, because I think there's a lot of new information that's come out over the past few weeks. And something else that happened, we are now hearing from the education department. First off, we heard that they extended the student loan payment pause. This is good news for those that do have student loans that they are unfortunately not going to be able to pay off. But we now know that it's been extended 6 months. So instead of on January 1st, you have to start making payments. Good news is payments will not start until possibly July 1st, 2023, which means there's still the opportunity where it could get extended once again. We've heard it multiple times before that no, the student loan forgiveness or the student loan payment pause will not get extended, but then it got extended 3 additional times. So my guess is it could keep rolling over. Now, many people are expecting this to happen, but this is also giving us a good idea of what we should prepare for and what we've been planning for all along. Because my expectation is we are going to see more things come out for those with student loan debt. Now, what could that be? Well, here's something else that we just got more information on just last week. And this is actually something that was done back in April, or announced back in April by the Education Department. This was something they called the Fresh Start Program. And in the Fresh Start Program, what this does is allows borrowers to start over. These are borrowers that have defaulted on their loans. So the good news is that the Education Department came out just last week and they released some updated guidance on the Fresh Start Program. What we know is that they told companies that they will have to hold student loan debt that is currently in default. And as of right now, approximately 7.5 million people are in default of their student loan debts. Now, this program allows borrowers 1 year after payments restart to take the necessary steps and return to good standing. Now, what does this mean? Well, 1 year after payments restart. It was supposed to be January 1st, 2023, which would have meant the Fresh Start Program would have actually kicked in on January 1st, 2024. But it got extended 6 months, so as of right now, this would actually make sure you got until July 1st, 2024 in order to become in good standing. Again, it's very complicated, but that's what we know at this time. Now, here's something else I can tell you. The Biden administration is doing all that they can to assist those with student loan debt. Now, this is something I've been saying before. I'm telling you guys this for a while. They're going to do what they can. The problem is the Biden administration doesn't have the power to do much. Not in a lame duck session. They're not going to get anything done. And then if you think that the Biden administration is going to pass something with Republicans holding the majority in the House as of January, well, you've been misled as well, because Republicans are never going to go through something where they accept up to $10,000 in student loan forgiveness. They're never going to allow that to happen, especially at the cost of $400 billion. Now, according to political experts, they say they are anticipating that the Supreme Court is not going to vote in favor of President Joe Biden. They say that the Supreme Court, with a conservative majority, they are going to vote down the forgiveness plan in the spring. But as of right now, the Biden administration is going to come out and they're going to tell us that, yeah, they feel like the Supreme Court is going to vote in favor of this plan. But essentially, experts say, no, they are not, for multiple reasons. Now, again, according to the Congressional Budget Office, this is going to cost $400 billion. So even if President Biden decided, you know what, I don't think this is going to pass, we need to take this to Congress and let Congress pass it, the problem there is it's never going to pass in Congress because too many lawmakers are against it. This is both Republican and Democratic lawmakers because, again, it costs $400 billion. But according to legal experts, the Biden administration is using the COVID emergency. They say that he's using the COVID emergency to exert political powers that they do not have the authority to uphold. Remember the mask mandates? Remember the vaccine mandates? Yeah, there's a lot of lawsuits still pending on that, right? So we're not getting to that today, but again, this is what they're saying. Legal experts are coming out and saying that because of that emergency, the current administration and the former administration, they exerted political powers that they didn't have the legal authority to do. Again, we're being misled here. When a president signs an executive order, right, to say, hey, you got to wear a mask, you got to get a vaccine, right, you got to do these things, does that really mean you have to? Well, again, that's for another video. So, according to many legal and education experts, the student loan forgiveness plan will not hold up. And it's because of that, they say, the Biden administration is going to do all they can at this time to limit the negative effects of people having to make these payments after almost 3 years of not making a single payment. So, here's what I can tell you. Expect more information, more news, and more updates on the student loan forgiveness program because, again, we are going to see what people say, what the Supreme Court says, what lawmakers say, and what the president himself has to say as well. But again, as soon as I got more information on what's going on there, I will come back on. I will share all the latest news and updates. All right. So thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.